Told about their upcoming tax vote. Supporters of this overhaul plan received a major boost from none other than Arizona Senator John McCain. Senator McCain saying that he will vote in favor of this bill, even though he called it far from perfect. The White House says it is optimistic given Senator McCain's decision. Phil Mattingly is our CNN congressional correspondent who is live now for us on Capitol Hill with the update here. You just got some new numbers on what this bill will cost. What is that?
Yeah, that's exactly right, Brooke. Look, when you talk to Republicans, they've made very clear. They don't want to talk about the static score of this, which in wonk speak is essentially how much it would cost, not including growth, revenue over the course of 10 years. They want to talk about dynamic growth, basically what the effects of this tax policy would create on a revenue side. That is two different things. Well, now we have those numbers from the Joint Committee on Taxation. It's something we've been waiting weeks for right now, and the news is not good for Republicans. This plan, the Republican plan, would cost $1.4 trillion over 10 years. The revenue effects based on the tax policy would only add $458 billion to that. So in other words, Brooke, this plan, even accounting for economic growth, would still cost $1 trillion. Now, why does that matter? Well, we've been talking about it repeatedly over the last couple of days. Republican Senators Jeff Flake, James Lankford, Bob Corker, their issue is they don't want this plan to add to the deficit in the long run. Republican senators have been very clear. This will have enough growth. It will pay for itself. All of these types of things you've heard. Well, according to the Joint Committee on Taxation, it will not. Brooke, I think the interesting element here is you put it perfectly. This train is leaving the station right now. Republicans are on the path to pass this at some point in the next day or two. The big question now is this is falling short of what several of their members want. Obviously, they're working on a mechanism. It's called a trigger mechanism if the growth doesn't add up to add some tax increases here. But this is not a number Republicans are looking for, and it certainly goes the opposite direction of the number Republicans said they would get growth-wise in this bill, Brooke.
I've got you for another minute, Phil. So what's the actual timeline? I mean, what happens today, tomorrow, and might there actually be the vote happening Friday?
Yeah, I think that's extremely possible. Look, right now everybody's in a holding pattern, and just to kind of walk you through behind the scenes right now, there are a couple issues that are being worked through. I was talking about that deficit trigger. Senator Bob Corker, Senator Jeff Flake have been huddling multiple times with Republican officials behind closed doors over the course of the last couple hours, trying to figure out how to structure it. Look, it's a complex idea. Do you raise taxes on the individual side? Do you raise taxes on the corporate side? How does it actually work? How do you adjust for the fact if there's a recession or something like that? It's complicated. So they're working on that. They also need to make sure that the bill on the whole doesn't run afoul of budget rules. As this is all going on, the debate on the floor is still happening. They've got 20 hours of debate. They've been working through that. And then, as you noted, there will be a vote-a-rama where any senator can offer any amendment that's germane to the bill. Could go a long period of time. When you factor all that in, the fact that we haven't gotten out of the negotiation stage yet and senators are still working behind closed doors, it's clearly going to take a little while longer. Senator Majority Leader Mitch McConnell said it was possible to get this done tonight. Every kind of minute, hour that passes by, it looks like it's going to push it into Friday, Brooke.
Okay. Friday it is, then potentially. Phil Mattingly, thank you so much. We'll continue this tax conversation for the next couple of days, couple of weeks. I'm Brooke Baldwin. Thanks for being with me. The Lead with Jake Tapper starts now.
Thanks, Brooke. The White House seemingly doing everything except pointing the Secretary of State to the exit and handing him a gold watch. The Lead starts right now. President Trump has said when it comes to the State Department, I'm the only one that matters. And now, even with this huge nuclear threat heating up, CNN has learned they have a plan to get rid of America's top diplomat. Meanwhile, the State Department's now warning that the president's anti-Muslim retweets yesterday might be putting Americans in danger. Could lives actually be at risk because the president can't stop tweeting and retweeting? Plus, monster missile, Kim Jong-un showing off a weapon that only a few countries can produce. How close is North Korea to being able to nuke the East Coast?